Late game, I definitely like it. It's also nice for all those who have to initiate with a Blink Dagger. So Urshika is one of those heroes who wants to get one, obviously. But with a Hound already there, that's always bad news because you never really get it off. On the other side, obviously, we have the Sand King initiation. That's one hero with a Blink Dagger and the Brewmaster with a Blink Dagger. Mobility at the moment coming obviously from Pain Gaming because they have the Spectre. Doesn't have to be present at the fight, can just haunt in. And the Brewmaster Sand King, well, I definitely like it. I like the Dazzle pick, by the way, even more because the focus for Isurus will be focusing down the Brewmaster fast before it gets Primal Split off. If the Dazzle is around and that Shallow Grave comes out, then he goes into the Primal Split and he will escape. And that's like a very nice combo actually. Queen of Pain faces Void Skyrive Mage and of course the Earthshaker stuns. It's a lot of burst damage, but if that's enough to take out a Dazzle or prevent him from Shallow Graving the Brewmaster, for example, that's something we have to see. The timing on Isurus has to be exact, very exact.
Yeah, but at the same time, you mentioned Spectre doesn't have to be in the fights in order to actually like participate in the fights. What sort of fights are Paint Gaming actually going to start? I mean, Dazzle Sand King can't really start fights on their own, and if they do, it's definitely going to be stopped cold by the Earthshaker Scarith Mage and any other hero from Isurus that's in the area. Brewmaster, really the only hero from Pain that's able to start fights early and get away with it. Everyone else, they don't really have great ways to do it, and Isurus, I love this Queen of Pain pick. Ordinarily, it's a little bit of an average pick. It's like, oh, well, I pick up Queen of Pain, sometimes good, sometimes bad. When the enemy team has a Spectre and they're going to be playing fully defensively, then you pick up a hero that can punish that, and Queen of Pain is one of those heroes. You jump in and you just cause so much havoc so early on that Pain Gaming are going to be, scrambling in order to get an answer to this. Faceless Void is a little bit like that, although a little bit less so. If he goes aggressive early on with the Chronosphere and he has an early Mask of Madness, then Pain Gaming, they're going to need every single defensive tool they could possibly ask for. Otherwise, they're just going to crumble because Isurus have so much early game aggression.
Yep, definitely. Well, Isurus and their early game aggression, to be honest, they pick often. I mean, the funny thing is there were so many games with Isurus that I actually know them better than Pain Gaming, simply because like Pain Gaming, they rushed through the winner bracket and ended up directly in the grand final. So there are way less games of them casted by us or by me. And also their best of 3, for example, ended up always in a 2-0, while Isurus played always a 2-1. So a ton more games of Isurus. The early aggression on Isurus is kind of, how can I describe it? Sometimes it completely fails. Their drafts are sometimes so early game focused that they think like, yeah, we draft this, get the early advantage, and then somehow get through with it, even though the other team has like a later mid-game, late-game draft and come online there. The problem is it failed once against Keat in the second game, but I think they learned out of this draft. So right now with the Faceless Void we have a late game potential, but I'm not sure about the Queen of Pain because we're looking at the Brewmaster and a Spectre. I'm not sure. If this really goes very late, I don't think a Faceless Void alone will be enough because there's just too much disable, even with BKBs up.
No, for sure. Faceless Void, though he is a very potent late game hero, versus Spectre, it's hard unless you get a random pick-off, which is possible but difficult. But Isurus, yeah, I've seen them play quite a bit. Grandis and I usually have the American JDL games, so we've seen quite a lot of CNB, or Pain, XCNB, however you want to call them, and Isurus, and they are a little bit inconsistent. Like, they do get off to some fantastic starts sometimes, but here we go. Isurus, they're going to turn the heat on. It's going to be a full-back Meepo. And Pain Gaming, what do they have in order to answer this? Brewmaster's fantastic against Meepo, as is the Sand King. Everyone else from Pain Gaming, maybe not as much. Dazzle's keeping someone alive is going to be useful, but you can't really keep someone alive and keep them away from the Meepo. So Isurus, they're going to go for... This is their comfort zone. I mean, they have a good shell to protect the Meepo. The Meepo's going to not have any huge enemies on the other end, and this should be a very interesting game.
Yep, let's see. For now, they're just saying they have some lag issue, 300 ms, even though this is a LAN event. But to be honest, in the other game, we also had the problem of the connection to the LAN not being very good. So since this is an online game, it's not a local lobby or anything like that. They're still dependent on the servers, and that's obviously a big problem. But I guess it's just a fluctuation in the line or something. Let's hope.
These games aren't ticketed, so there's no reason to not do local servers.
Yeah, I don't know why. Or maybe it's something...
Maybe it's really just TeamSpeak.
Who knows? Either way, we're gonna introduce the teams really fast here on Isurus side. I'm just gonna take those guys because I've been introducing them for the past 3 games. We have Dota this time. By the way, it's pronounced Dota. Like I clarified that with the, you know, the indigenous people here on the stream that
What were you
actually
saying
know the
before?
language.
What were you saying before?
Dolce, like a soft C, like the Italian version sort of thing.
Oh yeah, it's an S sound. Yeah.
Why didn't you like say like Hefla, you freaking
'Cause-
moron? Why are you pronouncing them wrong?
Because it's
Speak
like
up.
so slight that I can't even hear much of a difference.
Oh come on, Dolce and Dota. That's like for my German, Hungarian, French ears, they're like big difference. But either way, it doesn't. really
I just
matter.
enjoyed watching you struggle.
Okay. That's actually something that's the first thing I believe. Dulce is playing that Earthshaker, we have the X in the middle on the Queen of Pain. The Dara is playing the Skyrath Mage, we have Papata on the Faceless Void, and of course fullback. And he's not going full back, he's going full forward. Straight forward with that Mappo. Let's see how this one is going, and let's see what we got on the other side.
Yeah, we usually see fullback Meepo going towards the mid lane, if I remember correctly. On the Pain side, we do have King RD playing the Brewmaster. Baga is going to be handling the support Sand King, as is the Dazzle being handled by Ned. 4DR is going to be on the Spectre. All of those 4 heroes going up top as they are going to leave Grand Text down towards bottom. The Clockwork Meepo matchup. Can't say I've seen this too often, but just from what I know of the heroes, I'm inclined to think Clockwork has a nice edge in this, just because Battery Assault is so devastating. Once Meepo gets his second clone, though, then I think Meepo just wins this lane. I mean, Battery Assault is fantastic if you can catch one person with it. Same thing with the Cogs, but if you catch 2 Meepos, then they can just turn around and beat you down.
Yep, pretty much. Like, this Clockwork really has to be careful. Like, with the Meepo is full HP, there is a proper creep wave. If a net is coming out, some proof damage, and he hasn't been full HP before, that might actually be a kill, like solo. Then again, we have Cogs and everything. Let's see. Like, it can go both ways. They have to be really careful on this lane, and I've seen crazy things already happening in this tournament. Either way, 20 seconds till those runes spawn, and, well, so far, it's a grand final. It's a lot of money. And in the other
It's
games,
Homer.
Sorry, what?
It's DDX just drew Homer Simpson on the minimap.
Yeah, he did that last game. Like, it's not surprising for me anymore. We saw it already 3
Okay.
times. But the runes are spawning. Bounty rune for the supports, top. That's perfect. And the haste rune for the Dazzle. Okay, it's not the best rune because he warded already. Like, the best thing is about a haste rune, if you haven't warded yet, then you just grab that haste rune and you just race car across the map, and well, but he's still fast in his lane at least.
Yeah, he'll be able to poke. It's not really a hero that can be super aggressive. Like, I'm sure Pain would rather have a Sand King with haste than a Dazzle with haste, but I don't even think he's going to get anything with it. He's certainly on the top lane very quickly, otherwise he would still be walking up here, but it's going to be a 3v3 lane, much to be expected. Isurus, their goal is to shut down the Spectre. Even though Dazzle and Sand King are, decent enough supports, they really can't do anything. The supports alone for Isurus are almost going to ensure that this lane is won. And Pepita, as a fighting hero early on, is in general a lot more useful as a Faceless Void than a Spectre. Although Desolate can be very useful, the odds of it actually hitting 2, 3, 4 times is very low, whereas Pepita has the time lock and the time walk in order to escape or open up fights. So this top lane should be very easily won by Isurus.
Yep, absolutely, and I definitely like also the presence of a Skyrath Mage because he's driving that Spectre out all the way. Look at his HP, but of course the downside is there's a Dazzle in the background, 4 Tangos and a Self waiting to be used. So Skyrath Mage is, well, he also doesn't have the same load of clarities like other Skyrath Mages. When we see them in the usual safe lane, bottom lane, then we have like 3 clarities, 4 clarities sometimes on him. This one only has 2. So one has been used, the last one being triggered right now. There won't be coming too much spam this time.
Yeah, he does have 2 on the friendly Earthshaker as well, so they will be able to split those clarities if need be and keep up the pressure. Taking a quick look at the other lanes real quickly, we do see fullback currently with the level 3 Meepo. He's doing pretty decently against the Clockwork. He has a slight level advantage, but he's down in CS. It's kind of to be expected.
What do you say about the Orb of Venom?
Yes, it's going to... Wait, who on the Orb of Venom? Meepo?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he
Meepo,
just picked
Orb
it up.
of
Okay,
Venom.
yeah, makes sense. So He is going to recover from this lane in a big way later on, and Clockwork is just going to fall behind. It's possible for Clockwork to get the kills, but it's very unlikely, assuming fullback plays well. And well, from what I've seen in fullback's Meepo, it is definitely impressive. It's something that I've seen actually first from Isurus. That was like one of the first games I cast them was a Meepo. The mid lane as well, 12 for 2 on the Queen of Pain versus the 8 for 1. Not surprisingly, Queen of Pain has a slight edge in this lane, although it's very, very slight.
Yep, definitely. And well, the Spectre is still holding properly in the lane with Net healing him and also still having a clarity. Like, she doesn't have to worry about all that spam. Like, this Scarab Mage is gonna be out of mana earlier than Spectre is out of HP. So far, it's pretty much a standoff in this lane. To be honest, my guess is really that we're gonna see the first action, the first kill, is gonna be in that bottom lane. Because in the mid, both of them, they have enough escapability to get away. Like, when they're level 6, that's an easy one. And top lane, I don't really see anything happening either.
Yeah, top lane, the aggression is going to hinge pretty much 100% on a good Fissure landing from Dulce, and the angles on the top lane when you're offensively laning as the Radiant, they're not really there. Like, you could land Fissures to inconvenience the enemies, but you can't land Fissures in order to completely block them off. Those angles just are very difficult to achieve, so the Fissures are going to start the fights if anything's going to start at all, but yeah, I agree with you. It's probably not going to happen on the top lane. It is more likely to happen on the bottom lane, as the Clockwork with almost level 3 Battery Assaults can very easily kill off of solo Meepo if he finds it. They're going to set up for Ned, who's actually completely trapped. At the same time, Clockwork is being brought upon by fullback, damage being thrown everywhere, but it looks like no kills are going to happen as 40R does Spectral Dagger through to back up his Dazzle. Everyone's going to live.
Yep, we had the same go, or a similar go here on Crown XD. The Meepo just returning from the fountain, or like one of the Meepos poofing directly in, but the Cogs actually locked them out. Like, with 2 Meepos in there, Geostrike would have done a ton more, obviously, but no, it didn't end up in anything. So 4 minute, the 4 minute runes, I think, are getting picked up by Pain, if I'm not mistaken. Queen of Pain? No, wait. Yeah, Queen of Pain got the invisibility and the Brewmaster got the bounty, so both of the mid heroes actually reserved those runes for themselves.
Top lane, we might see a little bit of a squabble. Baga has been pretty much hands-off in this top lane. He's only level 2 though, so even though he is hands-off, he's just stacking and not actually clearing very well. He does have a couple of stacks available to him, but he's not going to be able to clear those until he gets a couple more levels. We do see our first rotation of the game as Earthshaker is smoked up and teleports down to the bottom lane. Fullback with his main Meepo is extremely weak, and it seems like the Clockwork, well, he's not exactly healthy, so I don't think he was going to stay anyway. Kind of an unfortunate timing to go for the Earthshaker.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also kind of unfortunate that he's not the one who can actually take the rune, because he went for a bottle instead of something else, and if the Brewmaster is going for the bottom rune instead, then yeah, he's kind of the losing end of this. Either way, it's still 0-0 in 5 minutes now, and Queen of Pain, well, she's actually, yeah, she had the Bottle Crow. I think that was a Bottle Crow if I'm not mistaken, but the 6 minute rune is also soon there, and they have to secure it. Bottom, Dolce could grab it and also prevent the Brewmaster from getting it, and top, the Queen of Pain could save it. And in my opinion, I think those South American teams, they should put more emphasis sometimes on the runes. I saw really a lot of runes given away. Well, bottom, nice Cox again, both Meepos getting hit, but that's pretty much it. So far, the Clockwork has done a good job keeping that Meepo at arm's length.
So it's just a matter of time, I think, before DDX decides to leave the lane. And, you know, most likely off of a haste rune or something like that, we'll try to get some action happening elsewhere on the map. As good as getting farm on your Queen of Pain is, you really want her to get some early game kills, and it's clearly not going to happen 1v1 versus a Brewmaster. So DDX should make his rotations eventually. Pain, they're finding themselves in kind of a stalemate right now. They are farming okay, but that's about it. They're going to initiate on the bottom lane, actually. They're just going to fly well fullback on the wrong side, however. That was actually pretty bad from Dulce. The nets are going to be thrown. The second net will miss. The first one did hit. Now it's going to be Dulce trapped alone with the Clockwork. Here comes the Meepo, though, trying to absorb a little bit of the damage, and the damage will just be enough to get for the Meepo to get first blood. Now Dulce is in the trees. He's going to be the trade. Meepo should be able to poof his secondary Meepo out of there. I know he's actually completely out of mana. This Meepo is going to go down as well. That's a 2-for-1. Down in the bottom lane, it looks like King RD clap. It's going to miss, though. Fullback is now on the run. He's going to send the other Meepo in with a couple of Geostrike hits, slowing down King RD just slightly. That's going to be just a 1-for-1. The Earthshaker going down in exchange for the Clockwork. First blood was taken by Isurus. Totally worth it for them.
Yeah. Delta split my Meepo friends. Run for your life. But it worked. It absolutely worked. King RD not hitting that clap. It just didn't work. But oh, Queen of Pain in the mid. Whoa, twice against the Cogs. there goes your mana down the drain. I mean, that Clockwork, really a ton of HP, but they needed the Quap ultimate to make it another kill. Unfortunately, Queen of Pain really blinking the same second the cogs came up, and yeah, he materialized directly on top of those bugging things. What are they anyway?
They're cogs, man.
Yeah, like the cogs, but like how does he do that? Like he just puts them up and there's like...
We don't ask logical questions about logic in Dota.
No, but you know that YouTube series, like 3 things I don't understand about Dota? Like, I love this series, and I think next time they should include cogs.
I mean, it makes sense. You put up a whole bunch of electrified things, and if you touch them, then you get hurt. I don't know how he stores them in his body, but it's clockwork. It's all just, you know, bells and whistles. Either way, it is going to be Queen of Pain not getting the kill, and she is a hero that is so reliant on her early game mana pool. Oh, bottom river area. Nidara barely dodges a hook shot. The Brewmaster kind of going a little bit too early, and it's going to let that kill slip away. But yeah, the Queen of Pain needs her mana pool. The Sonic Wave is very expensive, especially after a Blink Scream. She usually doesn't have enough mana to cast everything very comfortably. That's why we see Power Treads and Null Talismans being picked up early on for Queens. Still, the score is only 1-1, and really the real winner of this score is going to be Baga. He's not been touched at all. He's level 5, and he's happily farming away the jungle, and no one from Isurus are doing anything to stop it.
Oh, look, GrandXD getting open on. Poof, 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 poof. There it is. Not the damage I actually expected, but he's still following him, and with that slow, it should be it, but oh, Meepo, they have to trade the aggro of the tower, and they do. That's a second kill on the Clockwork. But the Hound is coming through, and he wants to get that kill, but does he have enough mana for the Spectral Dagger? No, he doesn't, and there's the net holding him back. Delta split, Meepo, to run for your life. It is not enough. The Dispersion is actually killing him off, but the Queen of Pain is coming in for the Spectre. Oh my god, the ultimate interrupts the whole thing. They need vision for flare or anything. It's not happening. It's not happening. That Spectre is making it home. Unbelievable.
I mean, it's very believable. As I just said, Queen of Pain needs her mana pool. She used Sonic Wave, she used Blink, and she had just a little bit more mana. She could have blinked again and secured that kill, but unfortunately, the Queen of Pain just isn't the type of hero in order to put out a sustained amount of damage. Now they're going to go once again for Nidara. The hookshot already land, however, it's going to be the Clockwork taking quite a bit of damage in exchange for this kill. Queen of Pain, she's completely out of mana. The Fisher is there. I think this should be a kill onto the Clockwork, although DDX taking way too much damage. He's going to go down as well.
Oh.
You need mana, Queen of Pain, you really do. And now Dulce is going to get bumped back by the cogs. It's going to be the Clockwork can take a double and survive. If Queen of Pain had more mana, that could have been so very different, but without mana,
I don't think that was a mana issue.
Hero.
I don't think that was a mana issue at all.
Oh, it was. Just, she could have easily cleaned up if he had enough screen.
Yeah, no, but the fact is she could have ran back and give him a right click there because it was only that one right click missing. But she was like, yes, I'm gonna get one right click through the assault. But yeah, battery assault is just too strong. She was like, and then dead. That's it. Like by the time he realized that the cast animation of a right click is longer than the ticks between battery assault, that was the time she'd already died. So bad news.
And that is going to be Isurus Gaming 2-4 down early on in their first game. Pain Gaming with a nice hold over this game as now Baga has his crucial Blink Dagger, as does King RD. That's a very nice timing for both these Blink Daggers, and Blink Daggers are going to be crucial. If you get them both at the same time, it just gets so much better. They're going to run straight into the pullback. Meepo is going to get stunned up with the Epicenter. The poof damage, poof is going to go... No, he messes up. He doesn't poof out. He
that
just
was boulder
to
toss.
himself.
That was the boulder toss. It was fast enough. It was pretty much the last second, but that boulder toss just interrupted it. Papita is now in the bottom lane, strangely enough, but you gotta be careful here. GrandXD with a hookshot is there. The Panda, the residual Panda. Nope, actually the ultimate is already over. But the Sand King also heading home because they were all out of mana. So okay, never mind that. Papita should be able to grab some experience, some CS here. Still, I don't know, Isurus giving really unnecessary stuff away. I mean, that fullback kill, okay, that happens, but that the Queen of Pain DDX dies there, that was really just underestimating like certain abilities or not knowing it or whatever it is. So let's see, 2 and 5, Pain having a small advantage here.
And really, they have advantage in items, although they are falling behind as far as the farm is concerned. 40R is doing pretty decently, but the Faceless Void and Queen of Pain both are, you know, very high on CS compared to the Spectre. It's going to be up to the Sand King Brew in order to sustain this early game advantage that they have. Now 40R is going to be gone up on top. He's going to get healed up, and get hit with the Sonic Wave, but he has the Haunt now out. Ned is going to be the one in danger as he's taking quite a bit of damage. The Grave is there, and he's going to try to TP out. Here comes Baga to back him up. If he did a little bit late on the Chronosphere, he's going to land it finally onto Baga. He will probably kill off this Sand King, but there is support coming in. King RD with the Blink Dagger. He's going to clean up everyone. That's 3 down from Isurus. Pullback. He's got to get himself out of there. Now they're going to go for Dulce as well. That's a 4 for nothing. It's going to be everyone living. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that SK died from Tower Acro, but this was probably one of the worst Chronosphere I saw in my life, except for low priority trench games. But this one was really bad because the Clockwork just having an easy target to aim for King RD. He was like, oh, that's a nice blue bubble. Let's jump in there so I'm in position right after it ends for a Thunderclap. The Thunderclap hit 3 people, killing 1. The right click the other one, and they didn't even kill the Spectre. This was a disaster.
It really doesn't get any worse than that. The Meepo wasn't really a part of that as he was thinking about going in, but then very quickly realized that he would not be able to contribute that much. Epicenter wasn't even used there. Split wasn't even used there. That was just Pain getting value off all their base skills. As you said, 3 heroes hit with the clap is insane value, and the fact that Isurus wasted all their skills on, well, first all their skills on the Spectre, and that didn't kill her, and then all their skills on the Sand King, and that didn't kill him either. So Pain Gaming just getting a little bit of fortunate circumstances and having fortunate plays from the other team. That Chronosphere was, I think, hit 3 of his allies and 1 enemy, so probably not worth it. And that's going to lead them off to a nice advantage as it's going to be 4DR. He's getting messed up by creeps, but he's going to be fine.
Yep, and this hurt. This really hurt. This is an awesome advantage for Pain. Like 30 minutes, it's not too big, but it puts him in a nice position. But also the nice position is Nadara here for King DR. That's an easy one. One more right click is needed, but the Spectre Dagger, they want to give it to Spectre, and fairly so. They want to boost her the most, but she gotta be careful because neutral creep's too strong.
I think that was not them intentionally giving it to the Spectre. I want to say 4DR was, or King RD rather, was just trying to get the Courier, and then he figured the Dazzle will be able to secure the kill, and might as well get 2 things instead of just 1. But it does work out for them in the end, and Brewmaster is going to continue making his rotations. He does have the Vlads as well as Blink Dagger 14 minutes into the game, and that's an insane amount of farm for him. As long as he keeps using this, and as long as they keep this Meepo from being relevant, then Pain Gaming should have this game more or less in the bag. They're going to set up for bottom lanes. The Epicenter in for the Queen of Pain. Need a hookshot to chain stun, and it's perfect. That's the death of the Queen of Pain.
Well, that was really a precision strike, but I was just baffled by the fact that the Faceless Void just built an Aquila after Midas, PTs, and a Pullman Shield. Okay, that's a very interesting build, but at the same time we have Dulce dying in the mid. I almost missed that the Primus Wit came out. It's all fancy on the minimap, so yep, they still have enough for 1 Boulder Toss here on the Faceless Void. And actually, is there another rotation? Yes, Baga's coming in, finding Nadara here. Is there a stun? Oh, there's a Haunt, but he didn't stun him. To be honest, they could have gone for it, but King RD should be enough. Yes, they secure that kill. Easy one.
Pain are just finding kills left, right, and center. Even 4DR coming in to secure that kill for herself. That's a Spectre who's not going to go for Relic. I think probably could have gotten away with it. Instead is going to go for this early game fighting build, realizing the pressure she's going to be up against, and she wants to be able to contribute with the Urn as well as the drums, phase boots. It's pretty much what Faceless Void is thinking of when he's going for the Rim Aquila. It is kind of weird, as you said, to see Hannah Midas into an Aquila, as usually it's just Hannah Midas into Mask of Madness. They're going to go once again for Dulce, and this Earthshaker is going to go down. Launches an Echo Slam before he goes, but here comes the Clockwork from behind. The bounce back on DVX. He's going to bounce straight into the cogs. He will survive all of that, however. But it's going to be Earthshaker to drop and the tower to drop as well. Fortification might get the denial out. In fact, it looks like it will, in fact, be denied. A nice little pick off there for Isurus. Desperately needed as well, as they're falling behind in almost every category except for CS. King RD might go down up in the top river area. He's netted to the floor, teleport away. The net, where's the second net? There it is. Throw out the Drunken Haze at least. That's too late. He's dead.
Yep, that's a nice one as well, because it's a mega kill. That's 500 gold for the Mappo, and he is not really joining those fights at the moment. To be honest, that Echo Slam that came out, that was quite a nice setup. This was 3 heroes stunned. I actually thought we might see something, but I don't know where the Skyrift Mage was, and the Meepo was also really far away. I thought a Meepo going in there, proof damage on 3 targets, a Mystic Flare. I think that could have turned it around, but either way, Isurus, they rather stay passive. 10 kills ahead at the moment for Pain, but at least Isurus works on a tier 1 tower here, which gets cliffed up. Now we have to see Baga. He wants to do something because, yeah, his Blink Dagger is there, plus the epicenter just came off cooldown, and now Mr. Hookshot. 1, 2,
This
3.
is them going to be walking into a numbers disadvantage, so they have to rely on the element of surprise. It's not going to be a surprise as everyone is going to walk away. So I actually have a little bit of intel from the chat. Turns out the player who is currently on Spectre is ADR, not 4DR. Because the 4 is like an A in lead speak.
Oh.
That's what I'm told. I'm not sure. We could just keep calling him 4DR until we have more confirmation on that, but it's possible.
No, we just call him Fodrorva.
4DR heart, or less than F3. I think that's a good way of calling it. It's very elegant. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's absolutely. It's made for lyrics pretty much. But either way, he's trying to farm bottom, but he has to go back because there's some side rotation. Queen of Pain and Skyra of Mage. That's a nasty combo. But so far, we even haven't seen anything with the Skyra of Mage. Like no Mystic Flare, no nice silences, or like the magic damage boost. Pretty much for all those heroes that have magic damage, nothing really happened so far, and that's kind of what disturbs me about this game, because why do you draft it if you don't use it? So Nidara not coming into this game quite yet, and the Meepo, well, he's farming. That's what a Meepo does, and like level wise, that's obviously a Meepo, level 14, 2 ahead of the Panda. Still, it's just not where it should be. Baga in a camp spot here, invisible in the trees, waiting to get that fresh level 2 epicenter into someone.
And he's waiting for a Meepo. Fullback is not going to take the bait just yet, but Baga is still in range if anyone does go up to meet this creep wave, and he is going to spot now Fullback and Dulce, so now Baga should be thinking about going in. Oh yes, this doesn't get much better than this. Epicenter in, Blink in, Burrow Strike, Hawk follow up, and that's going to be annihilation of the Meepo. They haunt at the exact same time. Where's Spectre going to go? He's going to go to the bottom lane where Dara's currently on the run. No TP just yet on this Scarith Mage. It looks like he will try to teleport out. He will not make it out. In the meantime, Sand King's being chased down by a whole bunch of Isurus heroes. Is going to be the only casualty for Pain for now, but they get 2 heroes in exchange for 1 and crucially kill off the Meepo.
Yep, that was actually a beautiful corner spear, like in comparison to the last one that was just golden on both of them, and the Queen of Pain with the ultimate hit everything. Nindara was just like a little sideline kill. I didn't even have it on camera because it was just a given with those two chasing him. But at least they get revenge on top. That's, I guess, something. Still, the Mapo is dead, and that is of course also like such a high value kill for the Sand King there. I mean, that hero, wait, the Sand King was level 10, no, freshly level 11 at that point, and the Meepo level 14. Like, he almost got an entire level out of this. So that's how, yeah, tasty that kill was. I mean, he shared it with the Clockwork as well, who got a level off this as well.
Yeah, the Meepo is kind of balanced around having more levels than everyone else. That's why he has reduced cooldown timer, or respawn timer with Divided We Stand. But that also means that if you do pick him up, that means your team is going to be absolutely flowing with experience. And that's insane if you do get a pick off that's that easy. They did use an epicenter for it. That's not really a terribly huge deal, though. They're going to go in up towards the top just to steal the rune, it looks like. It's going to be Pepita running away, and it's going to be Clockwork just using his hookshot. It's a pretty large cooldown to use. It's not going to be too crippling, but I guess maybe worth the bounty rune.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, this is damage on the Faceless Void, a bounty rune denied, and I mean, as it looks, he's going somewhere else anyway, so he wasn't planning on using that hookshot anyway, so I think it's good. Sure, Arcanum Scepter, that's like what you always want to have for your hookshot, but even a 55 second cooldown, it's, I don't know, always worth the throw out in my opinion if you hit something. Either way, are they looking at Roshan? Or is this like going jungle trying to find something? Maybe a rogue Mapo is somewhere here?
They don't really have a great Roshan lineup. Maybe Spectre, when she has an item, she could go in for it, but Clockwork is pretty terrible, Sand King's terrible. Dazzle's useful, but the damage isn't really there, so killing off Roshan is going to be very slow and pretty dangerous, so it's kind of pointless. And confirmed, Spectre is ADR, so I'm going to try to switch over to that one. Either way, it's going to be Pain positioning themselves very aggressively, but we do see rotations from Isurus. They're smoked up, and they're looking possibly for the mid lane, where Clockwork is potentially in a little bit of trouble, although he has Force Staff, a Hookshot, and Blade Mail, so this guy is very difficult to kill, especially when his team can jump in not too far away.
Yep, and Baga is still sitting in the trees. I can't believe that guy. He's, you know, he's one of those guys in Counter-Strike who sit for the entire match just behind one chest, waiting till someone is crossing.
And then they miss when they see someone.
It's like one of those campers.
It could be worse. I don't play that much Counter-Strike, but if you translate that into TF2 terms, then it's like one of the 5 snipers on your team that don't do anything are on the bottom of the charts. The worst players. But he's doing pretty well, all things considered. Nadara's going to be initiated upon up on top.
Yeah.
Kiriti's going to clean him up in a hurry. And then fullback is going to poof everyone away. Looks like a Haunt just used for a Skywrath Mage kill. As nice as it is to kill off Spectres, you generally want to use Haunt for higher priority targets, but that is going to give him enough gold for a Relic, and that's a decent one, considering his start and considering his situation. Reject's going to be jumped by a whole bunch of Mappos, and he might go down, although Baga's going to come in, interrupt the teleportation. Here comes Pepita with another Chronosphere, mostly hitting his friendlies. Is there any follow-up? Where are Pain? They are so far away. That could have been an easy kill on Meepo.
This was so good because the Sandstorm would have killed the Meepo easily. Anytime, but yeah, with this nice little play, he actually saved him. I thought like, oh my god, another of these Chronos, but this Chronosphere interrupted the Sandstorm and making sure the Mappo survives, and that makes it completely worth it. 2 kills, no losses, no casualties. Meepo's farming on with one of the Mappos and then just poofs back. That's just perfect. That's how it should be. Alright, top, Dolce. Oh, you gotta be careful. King RD is already on the hunt, and he's also the one who's carrying Vladimir's. Vladimir's is like really a rare item nowadays, especially in this tournament. Like, I think this is the second Vladimir's I've seen in this tournament. It's, in my opinion, a really underrated item.
Oh, I mean, it gives you so much. Even if you don't have any melee heroes on your team at all, just getting that additional armor and damage is so nice for your team.
It's damage for all. It's armor, it's mana, it's lifesteal for melee and whatnot.
People think that it's for melee heroes only, but it's not. Or, I mean, that's something that gets in people's head because the lifesteal is for melee heroes only, but that's really the minor part of Vlad's. And it's kind of an underrated item on Brewmaster as well. You generally don't see this item straight after the Blink Dagger, as usually it's going to be, well, first of all, DDX is going to get initiated upon. The Burrow Strike from long range is going to kill him off. That was very close. They almost messed that up, but they are going to have the Vlads regardless, instead of going for the Aghanims, which is usually the priority, and now he looks to go for an armor item, either Shiva's or Assault Cuirass, doesn't really matter, but they're going to go in for 40 ADR on the middle lane. The Chronosphere is not going to do that much, as now fullback's damage is going to start flowing. Spectre is most likely going to die here. Where's the rest of Pain Gaming? Once again, they're just not in the area, although they are rotating in. Here comes the Clockwork from the south and Brewmaster from the north. King RD is going to annihilate that Skywrath Mage. Now Grantex is going to try to jump in, go for the weakened Meepo, who is going to get a lot of backup, and ADR is going to get demolished. Now he's going to get the Shallow Grave, though. It will be Spectre to ultimately kill off the Meepo in the end. That's a full wipe in favor of Pain. Without Split, without Epicenter, they managed to do it anyway.
But yeah, this was the buyback on the Spectre, but considering that it was a complete team wipe, absolutely worth it. I mean, we see the recap here, that was 1 buyback and all of them were dead. I mean, Queen of Pain was dead before, but if you all add this up, this was just, yeah, 1 for 5 trade, and that's not really worth it.
No, it's absolutely terrible for Isurus. I don't know how the Meepo took that much damage that quickly. I think Dispersion had a lot to do with it. Dispersion actually does a lot of damage. It's
he was
hard
low
to
before
evaluate.
that. Like, one of the Mappos was low before that already, then he got the hookshot damage, and then the Hound. Like, the first time he killed Spectre, that took him on some Meepos like below 50% because of Dispersion and everything. So, yeah. If the funny thing is, this is a Spectre that doesn't go for a Blade Mail build. Sometimes we see this. On Meepo, or against Meepo, the Blade Mail here is actually quite sick. If that Meepo is ever going for you, you just pop that... Yeah, pop that Blade Mail and he's killing himself on you. Dispersion plus Blade Mail, it kills the Meepo.
This kills the Meepo. Yeah, it is a lot of damage that's very hard to avoid for someone like Meepo, who tends to throw around AoE without any real regard for his own safety. He's like, oh, I caught someone, I should poof in on him. And you can cancel it when you see the Blade Mail, but if the Spectre is fast, or if the Spectre is well timed, then it's difficult. Baga is on the bottom lane. What are you doing? Why are you there?
I don't know. It's just a random rogue SK. Just, I don't know. Mappo is happy about it because that is a free kill. And also maybe a free kill might be King RD, but no, there's not the net coming.
Yeah, a little bit too far. Wait, hold on. We have seen Nadara, Dulce, and Pepita all smoked up, and they're going to run straight into the Clockwork. There's a time walk in. Chronosphere available. Only onto one hero. These have not been very impressive. The Mystic Flare is going to drop, but ADR is still very much so alive, and he's going to turn around to fight, although there's no healing. He uses the Shallow Grave. There it is, and it will kill off both the Scarab Mage and Phases Void. Now the jump forward from the Haunt onto Dulce. The damage is just going to be there with the Cogs pushing back. Here comes DDX, going to try to clean up ADR, but this Spectre is doing way too much damage with the Fresh Relic, and even if she goes down, she has Aegis. Fullback's going to pick a fight with the Brewmaster. That's not going to be a fight that Meepo could really win, not just yet, especially with everyone else coming into support. Fullback's one Meepo is dropping very low. That's going to be the death of the Meepo in total, and DDX has having no part in that. Pain get yet another fantastic fight, 4 for absolutely nothing.
I don't understand. I think like Isurus lacks a bit team communication here, because the Meepo decides to go in while DDX decides to go away. Like that didn't make any sense for me, because he could have gotten that 4DR kill or ADR kill, and I don't understand. Like with this, they give away potentially a tier 3 tower, even though I don't think it's enough. Because the Void is back, and we have DDX. No, I don't think this is enough.
Yeah, the pushing power of Pain isn't that high. It's really killing heroes where they excel. So, you know, they need another team wipe right outside the enemy base if they actually want to take some objectives, or they just need more items. Spectre with the Fresh Radiance, it's pretty well timed after Drums, Phase, and Urn all as her intermediate items, and Magic Wand as well, not just Magic Stick. So she's holding on to quite a bit of net worth right now. In fact, she's only third. The Meepo is not surprisingly on top, but really we can see the impact of a Meepo that's really farmed. He's having a lot of difficulty picking fights with the Brewmaster with Shiva's guard already up on him. It's very, very tough for the Meepo to get anything done, especially when he's dealing with Chronospheres that are not exactly helpful for his team.
Yep, definitely, and I don't know where this is going. The Meepo is of course still high in farm level, and even the GPM is quite nice, but oh, they find Baga here, but where's the Chronosphere? Double Chronosphere is not going anywhere. Papita at least pushed to the low ground, but the Mappo is coming in. Grand XD, that's definitely kill, but the Mystic Flare completely off. They're gonna force King RD into ultimate, but he's silenced. He's silenced. Okay.
And Baga messed up the epicenter. I don't know what happened. He's going to try TP away. The blind nets throws 2, and they're both going to miss. That could have killed off Nidara. He's gone already, guys. Stop throwing out skills.
I don't understand this. Where was the Fisher?
They thought that he was still there, but he teleported out. Or where was Dulce? I have no freaking clue. I mean, he doesn't have any mobility items, so...
But he was just there, he was around. Like, he was just, maybe it was on cooldown, I don't know, like, I was confused. Meepo trying to stop here, ADR, but oh, what the hell, a Hound, look at the damage. It's not even funny. He's gonna get
kill onto Nidara, and that should be it. That's about like the 4th or 5th time I've seen ADR kill off this Skywrath Mage with just a Haunt. It's really terrifying for Skywrath Mages because there's literally nothing you could do. Like, he doesn't have the gold in order to survive that. He's gonna get Tranquil, that's not gonna do jack.
Yeah, no, he's not getting anything off this. This is, I don't know, like that Skywrath Mage is another Skywrath Mage that just doesn't find into the game somehow. Like, he is the one completely responsible for all support items, and no. Now that there's a diffuser play, that's even more so. Spectre hounding in, that's Radiance ticking on you, that's diffusal damage on you, that is obviously the Spectre passive damage on you. It's like not funny anymore. Like, he might actually die to a soul illusion of Spectre anytime soon.
Yeah, I could buy that. I mean, you reality in just because, but you could definitely reality out to someone else very quickly because Nidara is going to be dying that quickly. He needs more health, but I don't think he's going to have health items fast enough to counteract the Spectre, who's getting damage a lot faster than the Skywrath is getting survivability. Still, Pain are going to be struggling to breach the high ground. They're going to be looking for the fights, and Aegis should be timing out very soon. And, well, there it goes. That was pretty fast. So they're going to rotate up towards the top lane. This is going to be rotating into literally all the Isurus heroes. Meepo, one of his clones is kind of in an awkward position, and if they spot this one out, they have a chance of bringing it down before the Meepo has a chance to react, but they're not going to go in on this. They're going to rotate up towards top with the Clockwork in the lead. He's going to run straight into Nidara. Blink forward for a clap. Of course, Skywrath Mage. He's going to let the Mystic Flare flow. And King RD's going to drop pretty low. Now the Chronosphere, once again, underwhelming. But can they do anything with it? King RD, fighting to the death, is going to get the split off just in time. They're going to focus down DDX and kill him off. He's in the BKB form. He's going to try to run away as fullback coming in from behind is not going to do much except for kill off the Sand King. That's a 2-for-1 that Pain are more than willing to make, especially if they get fullback off of this as well. ADR is going to give chase, looking for a single Meepo to purge off, although it looks like he's not going to find anyone. Regardless, it is still a one fight for Pain. Now the Haunt is out, and they're going to try to go for fullback, and Dulce over up to the left side. ADR is getting demolished, though. He's going to die to the Meepo just by himself. Where's the rest of the team? They're going to try to rotate in. Is there another hook shot? There is in 7 seconds, but it's way too late. I think Fullback could even turn around and fight this one out, although Clockwork is definitely wanting to go for this one. He so wants this. He's going to turn on the Battery Assault, then turn on the Blade Mail. He's going to get them all in the cogs, then he's going to take quite a bit of damage. I don't think he's going to do it. He does have the Shallow Grave on him, and it's going to be very close. He's going to Force Staff his way out, but he's going to die to the Geo Strike, and now Ned is like all alone. He's like, guys, where did my team go? He's going to die as well. You cannot go like that versus a Meepo. It's just a terrible plan.
That was this, pretty much. Like, interesting approach of Pain. They give quite a lot their way. The interesting fact is that, like, top the Spectre going in, trying to get that kill. They kill the Spectre, but the dispersion, even like the damage is delivered like shortly after his death still. Like for the damage he deal even into his death. Pretty much death blow, however you want to call it. So the poor Earthshaker actually died afterwards, but it's good. He still got the XP for that Spectre kill, which helps him. Overall, though, that fight top, how they initiated and how the Chronosphere was planned, I really don't agree. I watch Papita so often now, like today alone, and I think he doesn't have any golden middle way. He either does amazing plays or he's just completely off, but he finds now something on ADR here, and this should be a kill. Where's the silence? He didn't go for the silence, so oh my god, they're gonna pay for it. The Spectre's still alive. They want to go for the void, but oh, he's turning around. Man fighting Bash is maybe getting that kill. No, he's just time walking out. That should be enough. Nothing else is there to interrupt him.
In the meantime, Sand King dying alone to the Queen of Pain. Didn't catch that exactly, but Orchid was not used, so Sand King must have been in there with no HP to start things off, but it's a only kill on the Scarith Mage. The Spectre does survive, showing off how tanky she is without any real tank items, though Pain Gaming, though they are still in a very good position as late game Spectre is terrifying, I don't know if a late game Meepo is a little bit more so. I mean, you can take a look at the net worth and the experience. There was a really large lead for Pain, but it's slowly shrinking. The Meepo's getting really big. In fact, he almost has his heart after completing up a finish Scythe of Vice. The Faceless Void's doing some pretty decent damage with the BKB. He's going to be going for damage items soon enough. And Pain, they're just not taking enough, I think. I mean, if they had all the tier 2 towers, if they were constantly getting Roshans, that would be great. And they kind of are, but Fullback's getting out of control. They need to pick off this Meepo, and that's just so difficult because he's at almost 3,000 HP.
Still, like, in a team fight, I mean, this Meepo can have double the net worth in my opinion. Still, I just don't see this Meepo doing well in a team fight. They just focused him so fast down, and he is, at the moment, he can't do anything against Dispersion, Plate Mail, like being locked down, because there is enough lockdown. I mean, there's Cyclone, 2 Boulder Tosses, there's a Hookshot, there's Assault, like Burst Strike, even a Dazzle, like doing something there, and I don't even want to start with the Epicenter. So in a really full team fight, this Meepo is just not doing so well. Not to mention that they play a Meepo with a Void. So wherever that Void is with the Chronosphere, the Meepo can't really do anything. And I don't know. As I said, Papita's choices for Chronospheres and everything haven't been so great in my opinion. And even that kill bottom, or the attempted kill on the Spectre, it failed simply because I think they just choose the wrong spell. Instead of just giving that one Arcane Bolt in, he should have just silenced her, so she can't get the Spectral Dagger off and get bonus speed, etc, etc. But they're gonna
up on top. They're gonna catch Dual Sight. Still has the Force Staff to get himself out of here, but he almost got 100-0, just one hit, and the Spectre will kill the Earthshaker off with dispersion damage. And King RD has another Blink Dagger soon. He's gonna look to jump in, but he's not gonna pull the trigger. Spectre taking a little bit of damage from that, but getting a free kill on the Earthshaker nonetheless is gonna be worth it. If Baga can keep himself alive, that's pretty much the best tool that Pain have versus this Meepo. Or they could just, doom push and say, screw the Meepo. If you want to be your devastating late gamer, then you're gonna have to come to. Then we're gonna come to you, and we're gonna take the fight to you. And that's exactly what's happening. ADR is gonna chuck a dagger towards CDX, but really they just want to take this tower. And with the Meepo nowhere nearby, it's gonna be very easy for Pain Gaming to do so.
Yeah, the problem is with all these other towers down is that, like, whenever we have such a disastrous fight again for Isurus, the next time we have pretty much Pain entering the base and forcing out buybacks, or if they catch them even without buybacks, that is racks. And this is what worries me the most. So Pain, they're really going systematically through this map. All outer tower objectives are done. They control large parts of the map. They have, of course, this global presence with the Spectre, and the Spectre is just dishing out too much damage. Like, focusing her down is at the moment almost killing every one of Isurus. You just saw it on the poor Earthshaker. Like, just stunning her, even on that range. He's still getting killed by the combination of Radiance and Dispersion. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, and with that map control and with that dominance that they have, they should be looking for Roshan, who just recently respawned. So unless Isurus feel very up to the task, and it's possible with their team comp, this Roshan should be claimed by Pain. As slow as it is going to be, Isurus, I don't know if they're willing to go out for this. If they are willing to go for it, they probably can't take a really nice team fight here. I mean, they're working with Chronosphere, Echo Slam, Scarith Mage, Queen of Pain, Meepo. These are all 5 heroes that are fantastic in the Roshan pit if they can get there in time. And it seems like that's not going to be the case. With the Medallion on the Dazzle, he's going to weave up his buddies as well. And Roshan is going to be torn to shreds, and Isurus, they're way too far away to do anything to stop this. They are having some really high troubles killing off the Spectre. Killing her off twice is damn near impossible.
Yep, and look at this Roshan. Like, Roshan can't really do anything against him. There is a Medallion out by the Dazzle. It's also quite interesting that the Dazzle went for, like, Medallion before the mech. The mech came out at, what, 28, 29? Oh no, wait, 35 minutes, actually. And that is one of the latest mechs ever, but sure, better than nothing. Like, some armor for the Dazzle, plus his own armor, plus the armor of the Medallion. Well, Mapo, oh my god, I thought he's actually poofing back, but no, he stays there, and that should be an easy kill for him, even though he finds the net, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't poof out. I thought for sure that he smelled something coming and that the poof was going to get him to safety, but clearly that's not the case. That is, though, Pain using 2 ultimates for that one. I don't think they needed both the Epicenter and the Primal Split. Definitely one of them would have been nice, but they wanted to make sure that the Meepo was only going to be one Meepo there and not an entire army. Otherwise, they would have taken a lot more damage. So they get a decisive kill on the Meepo. They're going to be pushing down towards the bottom lane, though I don't think they could actually get anything done. Meepo's going to be up in 40 seconds. He does not have buyback, but the rest of Isurus, they're more than capable of making a defense. With the Earthshaker, the Queen of Pain clearing, and the Faceless Void, threat of a Chronosphere, it's just too risky for Pain. Even though they do have the Aegis, they should be looking for something. I don't think they could find anything.
Oh my god, look at this Sand King. I can't believe it. Finally, I was waiting for this item the entire Brazil Game Cup. Not a single one we had. Not a single Whale of Discord. Finally, it's coming on the Sand King. Wow. Like, big props to Baga that he's still going for it. I think I was even casting with you, or Grandis, a game, where we were like, why are they not going for a Whale of Discord? There's like 5 people benefiting from it. I mean, here we can't really say that because there's not
no one.
Yeah, because there are not that many people that actually benefit from it. Well, okay, Thunderclap. but still, and Rocket Flare. Still.
Yeah, the huge damage from Rocket
item.
Flare 200.
Hey, Rocket Flare is cool. Don't say that.
Hey, I'm not saying it's a bad skill. I'm saying it's not worth getting a Veil. Like, it's a nice to have a Veil in your Sand King for sure, but at this point, it's probably better for him to go for an Aghanim Scepter, because it's mostly just going to be his own magic damage that he's increasing. Dazzle is purely physical. The Brewmaster is mostly physical. I guess Immolation's kind of there. Spectre is mostly pure, or I guess Spectral Dagger is technically magical. The point is, the Veil, although it's nice to see, it's very refreshing to see since everyone apparently hates the item, this is not the right game for a Veil.
Yep. Actually, like, there are many pro players. Like, sometimes I actually get to talk to some of them, and they are... Oh my god. Papita. Are you kidding me?
That never happened. We're not going to talk about that again.
Yeah, no, we ignore that. Guys, like, this never happened. Yeah. End of story.
Right, but it looks like the story is going to continue for Chapter 2. ADR looking to go into fullback. He does have support coming in the form of the Brewmaster Blink, Clap, and the Haze is not out just yet. Now ADR is going to take quite a bit of damage. He already needs this Haze. He's instead going to straight split, and ADR is going to tear fullback to shreds. There goes one Meepo. They focus perfectly, and they're looking for more. The Haunt is out, and ADR is going to go on to Dual Say, dropping him down very, very low, but Green Tech's not going to let him escape, and I think that should be it as far as getting hero kills. Now they're going to try to kill off this tower. With Spectre doing a lot of damage with the Diffusal and now Mantis-Style, they have enough to push this. They have one range creep here, so there's going to be no backdoor protection. and the Chronosphere is down. This is at the very least going to be a tier 3 tower, and they hookshot into DDX. They're just slowing them down. I don't think they're actually looking for kills here. They're just buying time for ADR to hit this rack, and it's working. Now the Epicenter is in. Udara and DDX both going to get annihilated. Papita needs a time walk out. He's going to get himself to safety, but his 2 allies are already dead. This is bottom lane down at the very least. I think Pain can go for a second set, and they're going to do that right now.
Yeah, they're going mid. They're going to take this here. They want to finish this game right here, make it 2-0 here in the Grand Finals, because safe is safe. There's just some slowdown stuns and that's it. Papita, oh, nice chrono actually, but it's not even enough to get net. I'm pretty sure Dolce, 4-star, and there's the epicenter, I said the Echo Slam, but it's not to be enough. Look at this, he's even rather killing himself on the Spectre, and absolutely unimpressed. They're heading off, but why are they actually heading off? Just because of fallback? Is it really this? Are they scared of fallback?
Oh yeah, that's the only hero that they are scared of. Like, Chronosphere they know isn't there, obviously was just used, and Meepo is just the most terrifying hero on the map, so Pain are going to give him a wide berth. Even though I think they probably can take a fight, they're down their Epicenter, they don't have a split, so all these kind of like safety mechanisms in order to deal with Meepo are currently not available. So they're going to fall back, and I think that is the right decision. That being said, they already took down exactly what they want. They took down the Braxes. They're going to, unfortunately, lose the Aegis, or they're not going to get much value off of it, but they got a whole ton of gold off of that push. It's going to give Sand King enough to finish up his Veil, and it's going to give Clockwork enough to get 2,800 gold in the bank. The Aghanim Scepter is completed on the Brewmaster rather late, but I guess better late than never. And Spectre's holding on to 5,200 gold. Is this a refresher orb she's purchasing?
Why not?
I mean, it never has occurred to me that this is going to be an amazing item for Spectre. But double haunt.
Spectre with a refresher? You never seen and casted a Spectre
The shotgun
with a refresher?
Spectre?
No. Like actually, like this is what you. I mean, sometimes we have a Spectre, like in tier 2 matches, we have a Spectre with a refresher, and it's even a 7-slot item that you have in the courier, like other people have, like then later in the game in the
She doesn't even have 6
Necros.
yet.
Sorry, what?
She doesn't even have 6 yet, so why would you go for 7?
Well, I'm just saying other games, but oh, Papita is getting just a hookshot and saying hello, but that's pretty much it. No, but like I'm just saying that you can really put it in the courier. You use one hound, wait till it's damaged it full duration, then you just refresh, put it back, and that's pretty much it. That's how you do it. And
I mean,
the damage obviously is quite high.
I get why it's an appropriate item sometimes, but I mean, she doesn't have a heart yet, and that would benefit her so much. I would say that's almost objectively a better item
what
than
does she
going
need
for
a
a
heart?
straight up
Nobody can kill her.
What?
Nobody can kill her at the moment.
Meepo can kill her easily.
Meepo alone, yeah. But
yeah, and when you're talking about Chronospheres, when you don't have any sort of response, a heart is the safer choice.
But they have response, that's the problem. Like Net is there with the Shallow Crave. They have heals, they have Baga stunning Meepo. Like unless the Meepo really finds them, and no, it's just not happening. Like no attempt of them to actually kill that Spectre really was successful. Each and every time when they kill her, they just killed themselves with the dispersion and whatnot. That's pretty much it. So I don't even see the need for a heart at the moment. They have such an advantage on that Spectre at the moment. That Meepo, just me, next fight, unless he's getting picked off. I mean, the problem is we haven't seen that Meepo in action yet. I mean, as in fight action. Every time he was alone or getting caught out alone, that full-out fight is still to happen.
Okay, fine. I'll give you heart, but Butterfly then. Like, you cannot deny that Butterfly would be objectively a better item than a Refresh Orb at this point.
Well, he also refreshed his Diffusal Plate, or upgraded it rather, to level 2. I think he still had 1 charge or 2 charges left, but it doesn't matter. It yields a bit more damage as well, so it's all good. They're gonna wait for Roshan, but we're gonna find out in about 5 seconds when the new Roshan is gonna respawn for sure. Come on, give it to us. Give the timer. King RD waiting on the high ground for it.
Minute 20.
Down and oh, it's more than a minute. So
yeah,
not the
it
perfect
should just
timing.
tell us. I don't know why it waits to tell us. It seems kind of dumb. Oh, maybe it's just anti-cheating measures, I guess.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It
that's stupid. We should know.
Well,
We deserve to know.
timer. I actually like this new Roshan. I mean, it's not really new because 6.81 is ages ago already, but no, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I would just rather like to know all the time. Regardless, it is going to be Pain. They obviously don't know the timer, but they are going to play pretty aggressively up on top lane anyway. Faceless Void has finished up his Mjolnir, which is a nice item to have, assuming that he could actually get his hits off. Baga is rotating around. Observer Ward is going to spot out most of the Isurus heroes, especially the poor Earthshaker. Please don't let it be this way. Yeah, the Haunt is in, and Dulce is screwed. I mean, this guy has just been having such a bad time. Oh, and Skywrath also dying. That was just a Haunt illusion.
Yep, that's... I mean, I said it, what, 5, 7, 6 minutes ago or so, that soon he's gonna die just to illusion. Since then, the only upgrades he had was Stuff of Wizardry. That's it. That's all he got in the last 10 minutes or so. So that was just a matter of time. With a Diffuser Blade level 2, easy one for the Spectre. Each and every time she's using Hound, she's getting one guaranteed kill of the target she's like going to, and maybe even a passive one. And this was even a full HP Skywrath Mage that was just trying to farm something. So Isurus, this Spectre, I think she's unstoppable by now. Even a Meepo. Like, that Meepo has to make a hell of a play to get this done.
I guess I'll concede the fact that Faceless Void's Chronospheres haven't been good enough to yield anything for Isurus.
No,
so
but Peter
there's that too.
Doesn't get the good Chronos off today. Like, those Chronos,
Yeah, they've been off.
They have been horrible.
Well, either way, it is going to be the Refresher Orb completed for the Spectre. If you double Haunt, I don't know what that could do. I mean, like, I don't know what the potential is. You almost kill off the Faceless Void with double Haunt. I think you could force lots of Isurus heroes to drop very low if you just straight up double Haunt, even though she does have enough mana for that. Probably not going to be what she wants to do. She wants to have it up at all times, not doubling up with like a Ravage or something. But they're going to claim the Roshan. It is going to be Aegis for the Spectre, Cheese for the Brewmaster, and it should be top lane where they go, although mid lane tier 3 tower is already down. Isurus, they're going to have to make a defense, and I don't know if they can, but they don't have a choice.
Yep. There's not many options for them left. Pain, in my opinion, they could just, you know, press forward, force the issue right now, right here. They still, I mean, there's more on your thoughts at the moment, because they actually fear the Meepo, where I say, no, I don't think they have to fear him. In a direct confrontation, they would not have any problem, but let's see. I mean, the refresher is done on Mr. ADR, and let's see when we see this the first time. There's even one more defensive item actually coming out by the Clockwork. I love what Pain is doing, because I support this completely. First of all, props to having Vladimir's, then a Crimson Guard on top of it, a Veil of Discord. I just love when it comes to like AoE debuffs or team buffs. It makes it so much stronger. Like, most of it is like percentage scaling. It's very nice. And look, it just popped everything out. Weave even on top of it, now it starts.
No, the Weave is good, but the Crimson Guard was terrible. Like, it's gonna run out, so that was pretty shitty. But Crimson Guard is gonna be wasted. What?
The effect is actually quite long, so...
No, it's done. I mean, that didn't do anything.
But, yeah, I mean, in this case it didn't do anything, but...
Blink in from King RD. Chronosphere, only until 1. King RD might die, although if he's still going to survive, he is going to pop the cheese and be just fine. He is going to survive, and he will be okay. The fullback Meepo is going to go to town in the back end. It's going to be the Clockwork to take the brunt of that assault. ADR not really able to get his hands onto anyone. It's going to be Pita where he chooses to aim. He's not going to be able to get the kill. Now the Haunt is there. Nidaro's going to get annihilated. Fullback doing so much damage, though, and it's going to be an Echo Slam onto ADR, who's still alive, but fullback is still alive as well. Now the split's finally going to happen from the Brew, and it will be enough to kill off the Meepo. Buyback is needed from the Meepo. Refresher now from the Spectre is instantly going to Haunt for some reason, even though I don't really know why he used that. It is going to be 2 down in exchange for 3. Buyback from the Meepo might force Pain back, but again, even if they do get forced back, they do have the Raxes to their advantage, and King RD is going to escape. Did he use the cheese? Yes, he did. He fought to the bitter end, and when he got low, he cheesed up, and then when he got low again, he used his split. That was very nice restraint from King RD in that last fight.
It was again a disaster, like focusing the Panda, not killing him. To be honest, I think after all, they would have been better by focusing that. But oh my god, ADR just waiting here. DDX really low. He has to blink out right now. Otherwise, Spectre has a problem. And Spectre actually has a problem because he's dead, at least the first time. The second time, yeah, pretty much 99% kill, isn't it? Yeah.
He might get something before he dies.
The damage,
he's dropping
the
speed
Spurge
really
and
low,
everything. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's a godlike. It's a godlike actually is going down. This was a very expensive one. It's slowing the game pretty much down, but I think the inevitable outcome is still there. Pain is just too strong. Like, this fight was, I don't know, The only thing actually that was missing this fight, I mean, if you looked at it, all the ultimates came. The positioning of the ultimate was quite okay-ish. The only biggest problem I had is that Mr. Earthshaker, he didn't get his Echo Slam off. That was the problem, like initially. Like he wanted to use it, he came in, but then he just stood around all those heroes and didn't have enough mana for the thingy. I don't know if he got hit by the Spectre and the Diffuser Blade just sucked him out of mana. But that was a big problem. The Echo Slam there could have made a difference, but I don't even know if the difference was enough to like prevent those Rexes to fall, which was the main goal of this fight apparently.
Yeah, a better Echo Slam certainly would have helped, but also if you look to Baga, he didn't use his Epicenter there either, I don't think, so fights could have gone better either way. So it's going to be clockwork once again. It's going to be jump. So are they going to use the Chronosphere? This time, Faceless Forge is going to bash down the clock. Now the Chronosphere on King RD. But we remember what happened last time. He did not die, and not going to die this time either. Spectre's still not dead yet, and Isurus, they had a couple pickoffs. They could transition this into something big. Dulce waiting for another fissure. Fullback's going to jump right in, but Epicenter now being channeled. The Burrow Strike is going to miss most of the meatballs, but it will be enough to kill off the Queen of Pain. Now the Echo Slam is out, but it's not going to do enough. Kapita's going to bail out, and the Brewmaster's going to fight straight up with the Meepo. With that Brawler, it's going to be enough to kill off Fullback. Yes, he's down. Najaro's down as well. No buyback on the Meepo. This is going to be Pain pushing to win, and I think this might be it.
This is game. Like with Meepo not there, everything, yeah, they're calling it. Like without buybacks, it's just not possible. It's just not possible. But still, I mean, Isurus, they fought. I don't know how I can summarize this game. Like, I think too many mistakes were made. Simply as that.
Chronospheres, I think, was the summary of it.
Like the Chronospheres were really off. They were really off. That first big disastrous Chronosphere, that was just horrible. And from there, and it never got really better, and they also never managed to kill something in the Chronosphere properly because Net stood outside. Nice spreading by Pain game. Either way, guys, this is a best of 5. 1 game advantage for Pain. The second point they got here right now, so we are 1 game away to make this a very, very short final. Either way, we're gonna find out if Isurus can make it a 2-1, but they have a long way. If they want to win, they have to win 3 games now straight. 3 games straight against Pain Gaming, and Pain looks good. I can't say anything else. They really look good. They deserve to be grand finalists here, but so does Isurus, and they can come back. Either way, we find out next game soon.